Hey guys, this is a Wunda Max challenge today. So if you have a pair of dumbbells handy, go ahead and grab them, or you can do this workout together with us with no props at all. Either way, we're gonna work hard and have an amazing time. So let's get started. We're gonna begin with mountain climbers. So get into a plank position down on your mat. Hands are shoulder width apart, fingertips are spread open, and we're gonna step the feet back to 4 inches apart parallel. We're gonna draw the right knee forward using the abdominals and step it back into the plank, and then the left, and step it back. The idea is we wanna keep our pelvis pretty quiet. If you're looking for additional challenge, you can pick up the pace, and that's gonna increase the cardio effort as long as you can keep the pelvis, ribs, and shoulders quiet. As we work, we wanna make sure we keep a really sincere focus on stability through the shoulders, ribs, and the pelvis. We're thinking about the abdominals, drawing the leg in and continuing to work to send it all the way back out. Let's go for 3 more here, and then we're gonna go into a lunge with the right leg forward. Next time the right leg is forward in your mountain climber, hold, and we're going to allow the heel to melt down as we slowly rise up. I'm grabbing dumbbells. You can do it with empty hands or dumbbells. From here, we're gonna exhale as we lower down, both knees bend, arms come about shoulder height in front of us. Inhale, bring it all the way up to straight legs. Exhale, we're lowering into that lunge, reaching the right knee far away from the right hip. Inhale as you bring it back to start. Exhale as we lower down. Inhale as we bring it up. Let's go for 2 more here. Exhale as we bring it down, scissoring the upper inner thighs apart. We're gonna hold this next one down. Hold and breathe. We're holding both knees bent a lot. Plug the arms into the middle back, and we're gonna lower down 1/2 inch and raise up 1/2 inch. It's like we're lubricating that hip socket with the thigh bone. Let's go for 4. We're gonna go back into mountain climbers in 3. This is 2. Hold it low. We're gonna bring the hands down to the mat again, and we're gonna continue with those mountain climbers. So the right leg goes back into plank, and then the left leg comes forward. So we're going at your own pace, however quick you want to go. The faster you go, the more cardio effort you're gonna feel. We just wanna keep everything really stable. So while we're working, think about that inner thigh, drawing the knee forward. We're gonna think about the hamstring, working with the abdominals to send the leg back. So we're doing a pass through of the abdominals, handing off from the inner thigh to the hamstring to move the legs in and out. Next time we have the left leg forward, we're gonna hold there, left leg holds forward, and we're gonna allow the heel to melt, grab the dumbbells if you have them, and we're gonna come upright into a lunge position. This time we're gonna bring the arms overhead as we lower down, starting with 2 straight legs. Then we're gonna exhale, both knees bend a lot, arms come alongside the ears, and then we're gonna inhale as we turn to 2 straight legs. Exhale as we lower down. Think about that left hip reaching back, keeping the belt line nice and level. Inhale as we rise. As we lower down, think about that left femur bone really reaching deeply into that left hip socket. We're inhaling with breath to rise, exhaling, reaching and stretching the left knee away from the left hip. As the arms float up, think about them melting down into the shoulder blades. Let's hold this next one here. Melt the arms down into the middle back, and we're gonna lower and raise. Just a few times here, really firing up through the back line of that left leg, but make sure you have big toe, second toe connected to get that inner thigh working as well. Last 2, last 1. And come all the way up to standing. You can keep 1 dumbbell or set them both down. We're gonna go into a plank on the right side. So we have our right forearm down on the ground, and I'm gonna show you a version with 2 straight legs. Michael's gonna show you a version with the right leg bent forward. So you can have your legs stacked or the bottom leg bent underneath you. Pick up those hips and find your best diagonal line. From here, guys, we are going to float the top leg up, and then we are going to do a lateral lift and lower. It's a small range of movement, just 4. Lateral lift and lower. Think about that femur bone sinking into the hip socket. This is the last one. Hold with it elevated. Now we're gonna sweep forward. So we are going to inhale as the leg comes forward, exhale as you bring it back. Keep working on your end. Think about that femur head sinking in and bring it back. Gorgeous. Inhale, bring it out and send it back. This is the last one. Now we hold. Now we're gonna send the leg behind us 4 times. Beautiful. Notice Michael's control where the pelvis did not roll with him. So we're thinking about the pelvis staying stacked, one right on top of the other. Go ahead and bring that top hip forward a tiny. Oh, there it is. So good. Yes, beautiful. Last one where we have the leg reaching back. Hold, last thing here. Tiny circles, just 4 tiny circles. 4, beautiful. Think about the top of the thigh bone, doing that lubricating of the hip. Last 2. And go ahead and bring it all the way down. And now we're gonna go straight into our rolling plank. So bring your hands wide onto the top of the mat, and we're gonna extend 1 foot back at a time. With intention, shift your weight into the right arm and the right shoulder, and we're gonna float the left arm up as the heels tip towards the right. Now we're gonna return the left hand with intention, transfer the weight through the left arm and shoulder, tip the heels to the left, and the right arm extends up. Back through center, and the left hand goes up. You got the hang of it now. Find that length and that breath, moving at your own pace. Go ahead and take your time, making sure we're focusing on that transfer of weight from one shoulder to the opposite side. And try not to pike up those hips as we roll through. This is going to be the last time with the left arm raising. Find that length, maybe even smile a little bit. Left hand goes down, right arm goes up. Bring it back to center, hold for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and go ahead and lower those knees down to your mat. Okay, let's take care of those leg sweeps on the other side. So again, you can have 2 stacked legs, or you can have the left knee bent underneath you. Left forearm is down on the mat, and we're going to go ahead and pick up the hips off the floor. The right leg floats up off the floor, reaching that inner thigh longer than the sole of the foot. The first thing we do is a lateral raise. We're going to inhale as we reach, exhale, bring it back down. Extra challenge, that right arm can come up towards the sky. If you're holding a dumbbell, well, you get an extra gold star. Let's go for one more here. Hold. Now we're going to sweep the leg forward, but don't let the pelvis track with it. We inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, bring it back. Think about that femur bone really lubricating through the hip socket. Think about lifting the left ribs up rather than sinking down into that shoulder. We have one more, and then we're going to reach it back. Creasing in the hip to bring it forward. Reach it back, hold here. Now we're sending it back, but we're not changing the pelvis or shortening the low back at all. That shouldn't change. Inhale as you sweep it back. Exhale, bring it forward. We have one more of those, then we do the circles. I know this little sequence is a burner. All right, here we go. Small circles from the top of the thigh. I like to think about holding the eraser, and the toes are the pencil lead. So we're really finding that length and that focus deep inside the abdomen. This is our last one. And go ahead and bring the hip down. And let's go into our bridge sequence next. So we're gonna lay all the way down on the mat with your knees and toes glued together. Arms are long at your sides to give support through the middle back. First thing we're going to do is pick all the way up like a hinge, all the way up into the top of a bridge. Hold there, and we're gonna melt down from behind our heart. Notice the hips don't drop first. And slowly lengthen and lower down. Think about setting down the spaces between your vertebrae rather than the bones themselves. How much length can you get through that roll down? And then we're gonna inhale and pick it up all the way to the top, magnetizing those outer thighs the whole time. The legs should be working all the way around, not just a grip through the hamstrings, lowering all the way to unwind. We're gonna pick it all the way up in a hinge again. Find your knees reaching long away from the pelvis, melting from behind the heart as we lengthen, articulating down through the spine. We're gonna hold this next one up. So pick it up into a hinge, hold it up at the top. Keeping the knees glued together, we're gonna extend the right leg long. And now we're gonna melt from behind the heart, going down in a single leg bridge. Back to start. Pick up the hips and roll down again. Keep working on your end. As we are lowering down, we wanna find that length and find those outer thighs magnetizing. This is the last one with the right leg up. And then hold at the bottom. We're gonna set the right foot down, keep the knees glued together, extend the left leg up, gorgeous. And then like a hinge, we're gonna pick up with length and then melt from behind the heart first. You can see that beautiful length Michael's creating in his body as he lowers down. Keep the outer thighs magnetized. Inhale as we reach for that extension. lowering from behind the heart and finding that shallow scoop down through the body. Last time with that left leg up. We're gonna hold here. We're gonna lengthen down as we scoop through that bridge. Bring that left foot all the way to the floor. Come back up into that bridge at the top. Good news. We're gonna lower down 1/2 inch and then we're gonna float the hips back up. Beautiful. Think about recruiting your glutes. Find the middle back with the arms imprinting down into the floor as we're working. Beautiful. I'm gonna challenge you to keep it even smaller range of movement right at the top. Gorgeous. There it is. Last 3. Really recruit the glutes to send the pelvis up. Find that breath. This is the last one. Hold it at the top with control, melting from behind the heart as you articulate all the way down to the floor. All right, let's roll right into our external rotation lunge. So we're gonna stand back up onto your feet. You can grab dumbbells if that's a great choice for you today. Come towards the top of your mat and we're gonna be in a turned out position. Our heels are touching and our toes are turned out. Right leg is gonna stay where it is. And then we're gonna take a big step back with the left foot. So we're gonna be in external rotation with both legs the whole time. From here, we are going to exhale, allow the torso to bow forward as both knees bend a lot. That's an exhale. And then we're gonna inhale, both legs extend fully straight and the torso returns to upright. Let's go ahead and add the arms. This is an optional move with dumbbells if you have them. Left arm comes up, right arm reaches back. And then we're gonna inhale, both arms come to the side. Exhale, thinking about that sitting bone on the right, really drawing out and back at a diagonal as we lower. And then we inhale and the base of the pelvis narrows while we're working. Keep going, and as we exhale, really think about that right inner thigh spiraling towards the sky, and that's gonna help you get that right knee in proper alignment. We don't wanna let it tip in inside the big toe line. This looks great, Michael. We're gonna have it shining straight between the big toe, second toe. So that's gonna help us protect the knee and keep that alignment in focus while we work. Let's hold the next one low. We're bowed forward. You can either have your left arm up, or if that's aggressive, both hands can come onto the hips. Glue your eyes to something on the floor ahead of you. That's going to assist with balance as we peel the right heel up and off the floor. And then we're going to imprint it back down. I like to think about my heel bone reaching through the floor as my muscle pants drop up. So we're picking up that heel with intention, and then we're setting it back down through the floor with intention. One more time like that. Hold the heel up. Extra balance challenge. We are going to inhale. We're on the balls of both feet as we rise up to the top of that lunge. We're gonna exhale, keeping both heels raised as we lower back into that lunge. If that's aggressive, you can always set that right heel down. It's entirely up to you. Inhaling to raise, exhaling as we lower. Let's go for one more here. Inhaling as we come up. With intention, melt that right heel through the floor and step your feet back together. All right, we're gonna go into a wide second position. You can grab dumbbells if that's a good choice for you. And we're gonna turn our feet out wider than our shoulders. We're gonna go into a wide second position, squat first. All right, so we're gonna exhale, keeping the arms long at our sides as we bow forward and the knees track just in front of the ankle crease. And then we're gonna inhale as we bring it back up to standing. Exhale, think about your ribs narrowing around your spine as you're sitting back down into an imaginary chair. And then we inhale and it's like a puppet string is lifting us back up to standing. Exhale, creasing forward, arms go long, really reach the arms long rather than thinking about picking them up high, reach them long. Inhale as you come up. Let's go for 2 more here. We're gonna switch into a plie next. Inhale as you bring it up. This is gonna be our last one for the squats. Exhale as you lower down. And inhale as you bring it up. Holding here, we're gonna keep our feet and legs exactly as they are, but now we're gonna go into a plie. That means the torso stays upright. As we exhale, we can bring the arms out to a lateral raise, and then inhale as we bring it up. So we're not bowing the torso forward at all anymore. We're now keeping everything upright. Exhale as we lower, inhale as we bring it up. Let's see if we can pick up the pace without changing anything through the organization. So it's still an exhale down, inhale up, keeping those knees tracking just in front of the ankle, aligned with big toe, second toe. So it's still that inner thigh spiral, exhaling as we lower, inhale as we rise up. Let's go ahead and add the arms coming up even higher into a wide V and bring it to standing. Exhale as we lower down, arms plug into the middle back. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as we lower down. Hold this next one in a wide plie. So you're gonna hold this next one in a wide plie. Bring the arms close to your chest. And what we're gonna do is go into a cross-body rotation with a reach. The pelvis and the hips and the knees don't change. Inhale as we rotate, exhale, bring it back through center. Inhale to rotate, exhale back through center. What we're gonna do on this next one is start with an opposite heel raise. So the right heel picks up as we rotate towards the left and set it back down. And then go the other direction and set it back down. One more time, right heel with the right arm sweeping, back to center. Left arm sweeping, back to center. Very good news, we're gonna hold here. We're gonna float both heels off the floor and we're gonna continue with that rotation. Inhale as you rotate, exhale back through center. Inhale, rotate, exhale through center. Shaking is good, keep it up. Inhale as you rotate, can you get a little bit lower in that plie? Really reaching, keeping the shoulder off the ear. Last time we're gonna go to the right and bring it back through center. Last time to the left, back through center. Don't go anywhere, lower into that plie. Spiral the inner thighs towards the sky, holding and breathing for 4, for 3, for 2, and heels melt through the floor. Inhale and rise all the way up. Let's take care of that external rotation lunge on the left. You can keep your dumbbells or set them down. Bring your feet into first position towards the top of your mat. Heels touching, toes turned out. Keep the left leg where it is and the right leg steps back. We're gonna exhale as we soften both knees and bow the torso forward, keeping everything aligned, ribs stacked with the pelvis. Inhale as we reach for 2 straight legs. Exhale as we bow forward, finding that length and that focused control. Inhale as we bring it up. Optional arm movement would be to bring the right arm up alongside the ear. And then we're gonna inhale as we bring it back up. The entire sole of the foot is melting down through the floor. You wanna keep that inner thigh spiraling towards the sky, and that's gonna help us stay aligned with big toe, second toe. We wanna keep that alignment, protecting the knee and sculpting the legs and finding the abdominal connection. We're gonna hold the next one low. Hold it low here, and we're gonna peel the left heel up and off the floor with intention. And then we're gonna send that heel through the floor as we draw our muscle pants up. So you can think about that oppositional reach. We're picking that left heel up with intention, and then the heel bone reaches through the floor all the way down to Middle Earth as the muscle pants draw up. We're gonna hold this next one up. Both heels are now raised, and we're gonna inhale as we come up into that full range of movement all the way at the top of the lunge. Exhale, both knees bend, both heels are still up. If that's not a good challenge for your body or this side of your body, then you can always bring that left foot flat. Entirely up to you. Exhale as we lower down, both knees bend. Inhale as we bring it up. Both legs extend, kneecaps absorbing into quadriceps. And let's hold this last one down for 4, for 3, for 2. And with control, heel goes down. Inhale, gather, and rise all the way up. All right, let's come onto our hands and knees. We're gonna go into a 4-point kneeling with a single leg reach challenge. So our hands are shoulder width distance. Open up your fingertips so your palms are like starfish. Knees are 4 inches apart parallel, and flip those toes under. We're gonna hover the knees up and off the mat, keeping the pelvis neutral, holding here. Now we're gonna think about that left leg reaching long. My toes are still touching the floor, and then it extends up and off the hip. Exhale, lower it down and bring it back to start. Inhale, right toes reach back, find the length first, then the leg is invited up to the hip, and then allow the leg to lower on an exhale and bring it back in. Keep working on your end. If that's aggressive for you today, your knees can also touch down, and you can do that same single leg reach with more support of the knee being on the ground like so. You're still gonna get great abdominal focus, and you're still gonna get a lot of work through the legs and through the booty. Let's go ahead and do one more set. So we're gonna bring that left leg nice and long, reaching it all the way back. Goes back to the floor, bring it into that 4-point kneeling. Right leg reaches back, all the way up. Bring it back down. Both legs are together, and allow the knees to lower to the mat. we're gonna transition onto our seat and go into a little teaser challenge. So come onto your hips. We're gonna have our knees and toes glued together. Hands come behind your thighs. We're gonna lean with a flat back just a few inches, and now melt the tailbone under you. So you should be in a curl, but with length. So you wanna have a lot of length to the front side of the body. Now we're gonna allow both legs to float up into a tabletop position, hitting your teaser. We're gonna go in with an extension on the right side. So I'm taking my right hand out from behind the thigh, and then I'm gonna reach that right leg long, and then exhale, bring it back in 4 times total. Inhale, bring that right leg long, and exhale, bring it back in, 2 more. Thinking about the hamstrings, working with the abdominals to extend that leg. This is gonna be our last time. We're gonna hold that teaser here, hold. Take both hands out. I'm making a little circle with my arms. And then we're gonna inhale as we rotate. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, rotate to the left. And exhale, bring it back. You know shaking's okay, right? That means you're getting all the little muscles that we're after. I'm shaking too. Are you shaking? Oh yeah. Way to go. Finding it all. Inhale as we rotate to the right. Exhale as we bring it back. This is the last time to the left. Inhale as we rotate. Hold here, try not to set those feet down. Hands come back behind the thighs. Oh, sweet relief, right? Left arm comes long. Inhale, extend the left leg with the hamstrings. Exhale, bring it back in. We've got 3 more. Inhale as you bring it out. Exhale as we bring it in. Find that length on the front side of your body the whole time. This is the last one, friends. And let's hold that teaser just for good measure for 3, for 2. And with control, allow those legs to come back to the mat. All right, let's get into some tricep focused push-ups. So again, we're gonna hit that plank position on our mat with our fingertips spread wide. We have our feet in closed parallel position this time, and we're gonna cross our right ankle over the left. Keep the hips quiet. Now we're gonna do a small push-up. I don't care if you get anywhere close to that mat. We're gonna inhale as we raise and exhale as we lower. It is not about big range of movement. The idea is we want to make sure that the middle back stays very active. So we're exhaling down, inhaling up. I like to think about my heart coming up between the shoulder blades as I work, and that's getting the middle back recruited rather than just hanging out on the shoulders. 1 more here. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you come up. Both feet come back to the mat. And then we're going to shift into a downward facing dog. Appreciate my generosity here for a quick breath. And then we're gonna come back into that plank position. This time the left ankle crosses over the right. Send your heart between the shoulder blades, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, small push up down. Inhale as we bring it up. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale as you bring it up. Keep working, guys. It is always an option to draw your knees down to the mat if that feels aggressive. So knees can always come down and you'll get that same beautiful focus through the upper back, arms, shoulders, and triceps. Last one, we're gonna hold that plank, 2 feet return to the mat, and we shift into a downward facing dog for 3, 2, shift back into the plank 1 last time. We're gonna do a baby push-up hold. It doesn't have to be deep at all. And we're gonna internally shift our weight all into the right hand, shoulder, and arm without a visible external change. Switch it over to the left without an external change. We're gonna pour that weight all the way through the right shoulder, arm, and hand. Last time, really transition and feel it sweep across the body through the left shoulder, arm, and hand. Bring all the weight back to centered between both hands and allow the knees to lower to the mat. All right, we're gonna go onto our back to finish with a single leg reach challenge. So come all the way down onto your mat again. We have our arms along our sides as we set up our legs into a tabletop position. We're going to take our hands interlaced behind the base of our skull to really find some traction and some length as we lift the shoulder blades up and off the floor. Keeping your neutral pelvis, we're gonna inhale, right leg extends, exhale, bring it in. Inhale, left leg, exhale, bring it in. So go ahead and do this at your own pace. We wanna get a good clip going here as long as you can keep the pelvis neutral and find that connection between the abdominals and the legs, drawing them in and out. So the hamstring delivers it out, and the inner thigh brings it back in. Let's go for 4 more on each side. Here we go. 4 on the right. This is 3. Find that length and that reach. Keep the front body long and the pelvis quiet. Last 2, gang, you've got this. This is our last one. Right leg reaching, left leg, bring it in, hold and breathe for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. With control, unlace your hands, set your head, and go ahead and hug those knees in. We're gonna stir a little pot here. We're gonna rotate around. Think of anything you like to stir. Might be a martini, might be soup, it's up to you. And we're gonna circle it around the other direction. Just opening up through the hips and low back. And go ahead and bring the knees back to center. We're gonna roll onto our side and rise up, and we're gonna finish with a standing roll down. So come onto your feet, 4 inches apart parallel. Hands come up and overhead. We're gonna exhale as we dive forward like a candy cane. Think about lifting from under the ribs. Hands come close to the floor. Hands come onto the shins. We wanna think about stacking spaces between the joints, spaces between the knees, spaces between the vertebra. Arms come up and overhead. As we gaze towards the sky, with an intentional inhale, we're gonna float the arms to the sides as the navel draws up and in, and congratulate yourselves on finishing an awesome workout together. Amazing job, guys. I'll see you next time.